investigation going on. That vehicle right there is involved in investigation.
It's not mine.
Okay, so say that then.
It's not ours.
So who? We're asking one question.
I don't know.
Why are you being so hostile right now? We just asking one question.
Man, quit playing.
Is this not your house?
No, it's not my house.
Okay, but understand, if you take a step inside that door, I will drag you out and put you in handcuffs.
Okay.
Hello? So, you do have a duty to identify yourself, we ask, especially while conducting an investigation. I want you to understand that. Please listen to that as well, ma'am. The second thing is, again, that car back there.
You can go ahead.
My brother, hold on. Whoa.
An innocent couple returning home in Riverdale, Georgia, found themselves trapped in a high-stakes standoff when Clayton County police officers targeted them without cause. The officers were originally investigating an incident multiple houses away, but they aggressively redirected their focus toward this couple, demanding their identification despite having no legal connection to the active crime scene. Rather than honoring this fundamental constitutional protection, the law enforcement officers chose to escalate the situation by barking threats and cornering the citizens on their own property.
Again, what's the problem?
You ain't got to talk to them. That's not your car. They ask you this and third. That's not your car.
We don't have to. Why? What you need to know my name for?
What's up? So you're not gonna give me your name?
Why do I need to give you my name?
Because I'm in the middle of an investigation.
I have nothing to do with that.
But I asked you a question. So what's your name?
You can step down.
So how you know what we're talking about?
I have nothing. I don't know. You're talking to me. I came from the back. I came from the back.
Exactly.
Because again, if you go in that house, you're going to jail. Both of y'all.
Why?
For what?
Like
Obstruction.
I said, we're in the middle. You're not gonna give us your name?
Watch this.
Please don't do that, y'all.
Watch this. I dare you to take a step inside the house.
So you're not gonna give us your information?
Wait. Your investigation going on. That vehicle right there is involved in investigation.
It's not mine.
Okay, so say that then.
It's not ours.
So who? We're asking one question.
I don't know.
Why are you being so hostile right now? We just asking one question.
Man, quit playing.
Is this not your house?
No, it's not my house.
Okay, but understand, if you take a step inside that door, I will drag you out and put you in handcuffs.
Okay.
Hello?
The tense confrontation quickly exploded into state-sponsored violence when the man attempted to exercise his rights and retreat safely into his residence. An officer directly dared the man to step inside before lunging forward, aggressively grabbing him by the throat and forcing him into handcuffs. Under Georgia Code Section 17-4-20, an arrest without a warrant is valid only if an offense is committed in an officer's presence, an offender is endeavoring to escape, or there is immediate danger of a miscarriage of justice. Because none of these lawful conditions were met during the encounter, this aggressive physical takedown stood as a blatant display of police brutality and unlawful detention.
So, you do have a duty to identify yourself, we ask, especially while conducting an investigation. I want you to understand that. Please listen to that as well, ma'am. The second thing is, again, that car back there.
You can go ahead.
My brother, hold on. Whoa.
Lady.
Turn around. I can't turn around.
Ain't nobody touching you right now. Turn around. Ain't nobody touching you right now. Turn around. Turn around.
Why y'all doing this? I don't listen.
This
is my friend's house.
Stay right here.
I'm putting my dog in the house.
You're not going nowhere.
I'm putting my dog. Why y'all doing that to him? I'm not understanding why y'all doing that to him.
Go ahead.
I'm not. Why y'all doing that to him?
Y'all should
Y'all should have what? No, you have to be calm with me because I don't know what's going on. We don't know what's. You just arresting this man. I'm not sure what's going on.
What is your name?
See.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you tell me a fake name, you're gonna get arrested too.
I'm not telling you a fake one. That's not what I'm telling you.
So your first name is C.E.E., your last name is C.E.E.
The last name is Sanders.
Sanders.
He knows what's going on?
I don't even. Hold on.
Do y'all think he knows what's going on?
You got your ID on you?
No, sir. I literally don't know what's going on. I don't live here. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. That's my dog, but that was in his pocket.
So you don't live here, but that's your dog?
I live in Dunwoody.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't live here. No, Nisi, N-E-C-I.
N-E-C-I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's
You
your
got a middle name?
Sanders.
You got a middle name?
Yes.
What is it?
It's V. It starts with a V. Yes, sir.
Spell your first name again.
N-E-C-I.
So it's not C-R-E?
I mean, C-E-E is part of my name, but it's C-R. It's N-E-C-I. My name is Nisi.
C-R-E-N-C-I-A, right?
Sir, my name is Nisi. I don't know what the fuck happened. I didn't even see anybody be on anybody's car or whatever you're talking about. I have nothing to do with that.
While the bloodied man was locked inside a patrol cruiser, the officers turned their intimidation tactics on the deeply distressed woman. They threatened her with immediate arrest if she did not provide her personal information, completely disregarding the fact that she was a bystander who had committed no crime. As established in Terry v. Ohio, 392 U.S. 1, 1968, law enforcement must have reasonable, articulable suspicion that a person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime before they can lawfully detain them. The aggressive officers utterly failed to establish this baseline standard, opting instead to exploit a minor out-of-county warrant to justify their overreach.
All I know. Why?
I got a warrant.
Why? No. But it's not for Clayton County. Why does it? No, yes it does.
No, it does not.
It's not for.
What's your name like you're praying?
I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on. It's not for Clayton County though. I don't even have to be for this county. Y'all know better.
No, it can be for whatever county it is. You got a warrant?
Can I get a number? Can I get my numbers at the house? Can you get the numbers for me? Didn't do shit, bro. Bro, people get bullied. They have to go to jail. This shit is that nigga, that man in that car. And why I need to know why he in that car. I don't know what police car he is.
Go inside,
He in that car though. Get that man. No, he was never fighting. The dude girlfriend in that fucking car, he ain't did shit. Oh my God. Jay. Brian. Jay or Brian?
Hey. I was with the hotel.
You just on some shit.
Some shit, everything.
I just smell some shit. That's what I was wondering, bro. Who put this up? Look, bro.
The final update regarding this encounter reveals that both individuals were ultimately released without charges after it was proven they had zero involvement in the neighbor's investigation. The woman was let go when the outside county holding her warrant declined to extradite her, while the man was released after being forced to supply his identification under extreme physical duress. In the landmark case of Brown v. Texas, 443 U.S. 47, 1979, the Supreme Court ruled that police cannot force a citizen to identify themselves solely for walking away or refusing to answer questions during an encounter lacking reasonable suspicion. This localized abuse of power directly mirrors a broader departmental culture of tyranny in Clayton County, which recently saw its former sheriff, Victor Hill, convicted and sentenced to federal prison for systematically violating the constitutional rights of detainees. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks.